For me, the AirTech Challenge 2 has become my new favorite silhouette of all time. And in order to really properly get its essence, I needed to actually review it here at a tennis court. One thing that I feel like has been lacking in all of my previous reviews is feeling. Sure, I can show you the shoe, I can certainly tell you all about it, but am I really capturing a story? Am I telling a story about the shoe that I know that I love and I want you to love too? So I've come here to a tennis court to try and capture the vibe of what it means to be an actual tennis shoe. Tennis shoe is a phrase that I know a lot of older people will use to describe any old sneaker. And that's not how we, sneaker culture, describe it. And the AirTech Challenge 2 changed all of that. When Andre Agassi hit the court with those lavas, it changed everything. And so here is me immersing myself in this experience that is a tennis court, and I'm going to give to you my story of the AirTech Challenge 2 Tart Blue colorway. Enjoy. I feel like if you're going to record about the AirTech Challenge 2, you've got to do so on a tennis court. Admittedly, tennis is not a sport that I have really ever played, but it's a sport that I can appreciate, the rigors of it. But one of the elements that tennis has always had, and I think it has gone away a little bit in recent times, is the fact that it's seen as a stuffy sport, kind of very similar to golf. And until Andre Agassi came on the scene, I think a lot of tennis players prior to, outside of John McEnroe, were seen that way. They had no character. They didn't have anything that made you want to tune in. But as soon as the Hot Lava AirTech Challenge colorway came out on that court, on that guy, everything changed in that regard. And ever since then, they have come out with so many colorways that I think have continued to set the bar higher and higher. And now, in this new resurgence period, we're seeing a lot more of those, or we are going to see a lot more of those. This Tart colorway is just another inclusion of that. The Hot Lavas last year were amazing, the Racer Pinks were amazing, but unfortunately, the Racer Pinks and the Tart Blues haven't sold. And I think partially that's because we have so many sneakers out. And I think that a model like the AirTech Challenge 2 means something to some people, but with the runner craze and just everything else that is thrown up at us every single week, I think that it's a tough sell to sell a generic colorway of a model like the AirTech Challenge 2. It doesn't mean that it's a bad shoe. It doesn't mean that the colorway is bad. The execution on this was amazing. I think it's just a tough sell. For me personally, this is a great shoe. It has everything that I would ever want. And I hope that they come out with so many more colorways. Australian Opens, Wimbledons, so many. Because I think that this is a shoe worthy of having more colorways out there for that history to continue on. But it will be a tough sell. How do you feel about the AirTech Challenge 2? Where does it rate on your Mount Rushmore of favorite silhouettes or best silhouettes? And do any of these colorways that are coming out like the Tart Blue mean anything to you? I would love to know down in the comments, and I hope to see you in a future video.